What up, guys? Welcome back. It's episode 26.
My guy.
How you doing?
Oh, man, it feels good to be back here.
You know we had to get you back, bro. You already
Yo,
know.
it feels really good to be back here with Angel the kid. Yo, I'm excited.
I'm very excited. Honestly, I didn't think that this was gonna happen.
Let me tell you something. Right now, we are at the barbershop. Right behind us to my left. So if you're watching this video, it's probably to your right. We have Carlos Reyes, one of the best barbers here in Aurora, Illinois.
Let's go.
We're just going to give it up for him, man. Can you press that little thing right there? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And in the other corner back there, I don't know if you can see him, but Danny and my boy Josue are back there cutting hair. We're here in the barbershop, man. It's just a Saturday. Someone canceled on me right now, and Angel was like, yo, can we shoot a podcast? And I was like, yo, why not?
Yeah, he was like a businessman about it. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I got an hour. He's kind of like you're like a mobster, bro. I was a little scared. You're like, I got an hour,
I'm
but
going to
make
give
it
you
choppy.
an hour, okay?
Make it choppy, okay? Or I'm going to chop you up. And then he had like the little blade. Yeah.
Yo,
like,
look,
too much.
If you've been rocking with last Sunday, you know what I'm saying? We just want to thank you for doing that, man. We're back. I'm glad to be back in the show here with you, Angel, man. I'm excited.
You already know.
But here, it's weird because I used to be the co-host. Right now, I'm just, what would you call me right now?
Now you're just my boy. You know what I'm saying? You're like my homie. You know what I'm saying? That I've known since I was 16. So.
Yes, bro.
But you're an entrepreneur to last Sunday, and I told you this. Like, if last Sunday ever gets to a point, I'm dropping like bread on you, bro.
No, he really did.
I'm dead serious. Like, I'm dropping bread on you.
We actually made a.
He recorded it too.
Yeah, we recorded it and we made like what would you call it? A vow.
A vow, I guess you could say. Yeah.
Like I cut myself, he cut himself. We dripped this blood into a bowl.
Yeah.
Right. We killed the chicken. No, I was just kidding.
We had a couple goats we had to slaughter.
We're like, all right. No, I'm just kidding. We didn't do none of that.
Or did we? I don't know. Yeah.
Find out in next episode.
That's like Hollywood level stuff.
Yeah. We don't do that. We don't do that.
Yeah, we're not there.
But we did. We shook on it. We're like, yo, if you make it really big, throw me $1 million.
Yeah.
And he shook on it. I said, hey. Help him out, subscribe, share it. I want to get paid. You know what I mean?
I'm hurting. I haven't ate, but
yeah.
No, man, it's a pleasure to have you on, and I told you this, man. Like, you're the reason why last Sunday is what it is, and it really is because for a simple fact is that I felt like I could never do this, and David kind of always was the one that was like, "Come on, bro, let's get it done," and you pushed me. So
I believed in you.
Yeah,
that's what happened. I believed in you. I knew there was something special about you, man.
Yeah, thanks.
I met Carlos. That's my other kid back there. I met
got like 10 kids, bro. Yeah. Honestly,
I met Angel, man. Let me tell you how I met Angel. So I was down at Oakers Park and I saw this like Pokeball.
You said this last time. We already said this on the podcast. You said this.
No.
You did.
Well, for the ones that haven't heard it.
Yeah, you're right. You're going.
So, you know what I'm saying? You know how people were, what was this, like 2 years ago? People were catching Pokemons?
Yeah, on the phone, yeah.
Yeah, so people are on the phone. I actually find a real Pokeball. Grabbed it, right? And I thought it was fake. You know what I'm saying? I pressed it, and this little creature came out.
I was like, podcast. I want one.
So I started taking care of him. Here we are now. You know what I mean?
No, but like I said, bro, you're number one in my eyes, and for real, I really appreciate it, man. And I was telling David this, like, I should have had you on for episode 25. That would have made more sense, but
why? Because I'm 25 years old. 25.
No, you're not 25. I thought you were like 50.
I'm actually gonna be 33, bro. This next Saturday, yeah.
Next Saturday?
Next Saturday, yeah.
So May
21st. No, I'm 30. I'm not 21. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to sleep early. I might stretch a little bit.
He said, I'm chilling. I'm not gonna do too much.
Yeah. That whole club thing, that was back when I was 21. I'm 33, bro. I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to go to sleep early.
Yeah. No, I get you. I get it. No, but
ask me something, man.
Yeah, no. That's what I was gonna get into.
Let's get to it, bro. You got questions for me and stuff?
I don't. We kind of just did this on the whim. I was gonna send you questions, but I kind of know what I kind of want to ask you. But I was gonna say too that we're definitely. I was talking to David beforehand, and I want to have you on again, bro. I want to have you on. Like, we're thinking like maybe every holiday or something like that. Remember I told you about that, like Christmas. We got to have you on like Christmas for sure. The Bing Bong Christmas. You know what I'm saying? We got to have that on.
You know what? I miss those prank calls.
Yes, we got to do that too.
Do you remember what episode that was?
I think that was episode. I don't know. 10?
Yo, go back.
Yeah.
We did a prank call that I always remember that.
And my grandma hasn't forgiven me since, but I did it for you guys, so just remember that. Right?
Yeah, we prank called his grandma.
My grandma hasn't talked to me since then.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm excited. I would want to do that. You know, I missed the podcast.
I know.
No. You know what? Me and Angel, we had a conversation because I was getting really busy with stuff, and he was moving. You know, where did you move?
I moved to Ottawa. I'm living in the country. Ottawa.
So there was a lot of like transitions, you know, happening in life. So we're like, yo, you do your, because his podcast was like, yo, I'm just gonna do my thing, but I'll have you, and you know, and that's why you guys haven't seen me. So if you guys haven't seen me, you know, there's still love right here.
Hey, all love, man. This is like, honestly, man, like I'm gonna be real. This is like my big brother. I've been knowing you since 16, so. That there's nothing that David could do that's gonna ever, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're my boy, bro. And
no, yeah.
But let's get into the podcast. So first thing I want to ask you, man, why did you want to become a barber? What was it that pushed you to become a barber?
That's a really good question. So I actually did not want to be a barber. Okay, I was working construction, and I used to go to the barbershop. I would get a haircut all the time. And I remember getting a haircut, and one of my barbers, his name's Eddie Ramirez. He still cuts hair. I don't know if you heard of him. He's a professional boxer too.
Yeah, Eddie.
Here in Aurora. He was cutting my hair, and I was like 18. He was probably like 16. I asked him, I'm like, yo, how much money you make? And he's like, yo, I make like, I don't know. He was making like, let's say $400 something, right? A week. And I was like, yo, that's how much I make. Like,
as a construction worker,
you know what I'm saying? And you're here. And I would look at the barbershop scene, and there's guys over here talking about sports. You know, there's like, they're laughing, they're having a good time. They're inside this, you know, AC, and it's a summer. They're having a blast.
Yeah.
And I'm in my mind, I'm like, yo, I'm in the wrong trade. You know what I mean?
You're doing back-breaking work.
Yeah, I was out here, you know, outside. So I was like, you know, I went to Walmart, and I got me some clippers. And I told him, like, look, if I learn how to cut hair, you guys thinking you can give me a job here? He's like, yeah. So I literally would take my clippers with me to every party that I would go to. Every house party that I would go to, I would literally have my little clippers with me, right? And I would just kind of just watch people getting drunk, you know what I'm saying? And once they were drunk, I would be like, yo, can I cut you up?
Dude,
Can I fade you up? Can I fade you up? And they were like, yeah, you know, drunk people don't care. So like, yeah, so I would just practice like that, you know what I'm saying? So while everybody was getting, you know, drunk, I was out here trying to fade people and trying to, like, you know, master my skill.
They're waking up in the morning like, what happened to my face?
Yeah, and back in the day, I used to hang out with a lot of people that were like in gangs too. So like a lot of them wanted like graphics, right? So they're like, yo, draw me this pitchfork right here. so I was like, yeah, sure. So I was like getting really good at my graphics.
Oh yeah.
So I go back to the barbershop. I'm like, bro, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? I've been putting some work. And I remember one of my boys went with me, and the owner of the business, she gave me a chance. She gave me an opportunity. She's like, yeah, cut your friend. Let me see how you do, and then I'll hire you. Bro, I messed them up.
Yeah.
Messed them up, bro. But the lady was just really nice, and she gave me an opportunity, and I started working there. I remember, bro, I was so bad that one day I was shaving somebody, and I didn't put lotion on it. I was just dry shaving them.
Oh, bro.
None of the other barbers were telling me nothing, bro. They were a bunch of haters.
They're just watching.
Literally, I'm shaving this dude, and it's like...
Oh, man. He was bleeding?
No, it was his head. I was giving him like a ball fade, but I was shaving him dry. I was like... And the dude was just taking it. And,
I would have spoke up, man. Like,
yeah,
hey, this hurts.
If somebody does that to you, bro, I'm going to be like, yo, stop. Like, yo, stop. You know what I'm saying?
This hurts. Like, this is not feel good.
But this guy was just taking like a champ, you know what I'm saying? And then later on, they told me, he's like, yo, when you shave somebody, put this stuff in it. That's how, like, I didn't know anything. So I started working there, and then I always been like a hustler. So I told my boy, my barber, I'm like, yo, me and you, we should start a business. So he's like, okay. I'm like, look, this is what I'm going to do. This is the plan. So I laid him down the plan, right? I'm like, I'm going to leave first. I'm going to get out of this barbershop. I'm going to go to the flea market, and I'm going to work under this other lady. I'm going to see how it works so me and you can get a booth, and we can start our first, business. He said, okay, bet. I tell the owner there, hey, thank you for giving me the opportunity to work here. I'm out. I left. I started working at this flea market with this one lady. But I was doing my research, right? How much are the boots? You know what I'm saying? What does it take? And I already knew construction, so I'm like, I'm just going to build it myself. So me and my boy, we go there, right? So after a while, a couple months go by, and I hit him up. I'm like, yo, it's time. You gotta come.
It's time. It's like
he didn't know how to leave.
I feel like I'm listening to a movie or something.
He didn't know how to leave, right? So he went at night, took all his stuff and left. Damn. And the owner got mad at him, you know what I'm saying? Because the way he left. But we were kids, you know what I'm saying? So he ended up leaving. We were working together. I think I was like 19. He was probably like 17. And we were like, our first business was at the flea market on Claim Street.
I seen pictures. I didn't know you then, but I remember you showing me pictures of you, a younger you.
Yo, let me keep going.
You were a lot thinner too. Like,
I've been gaining.
You're getting swole out here, bro.
I'm getting a little weight,
You're getting swole, yeah, for real.
Let me tell you what happened though. So right after that, me and him are killing it at the flea market. We're booming, and some of the ladies that have been there for a really long time, they start getting jelly.
Oh man.
And they're like, yo, these guys gotta go. So all of the ladies got together at the flea market, and they're like, yo, these guys gotta go or we're leaving. So the owners came up to us, they're like, yo, you guys can't cut hair here no more. Wow. You guys can do your graphics though. We're like, yo, we're giving free graphics just to get customers, you know what I'm saying? So they're like, no, you guys can't work here no more. So this is what happens. We go to the other flea market, the one on New York Street. I go there and I go to talk to one of the ladies there. I'm like, yo, can we come work here? She's like, I only got space for one guy. I'm like, no, it's me and my homie. We're like together all the time. It's like my brother.
Yeah.
We're like, no. He's with me. She's like, nah. So I go to the office and I'm like, how much is for a booth? They're like, this much. I'm like, yo, I want to get a booth. So they're like, okay. So me and my buddy started another barbershop at the one in New York.
Oh,
bro, it was ghetto though, bro.
Yeah.
There's pictures.
I seen the pictures.
Yeah, there's pictures. We were literally selling rims. We literally were like, it was.
You had radios for sale.
Yeah,
T-shirts.
we had radios for sale. Yo,
did you even have a name for the barbershop or just?
It was no. Later on, Eddie came up with the name Master Cuts.
Master Cuts. Oh, okay,
so Eddie was the one who came up with Master Cuts. That's actually now in 4th and Union.
Yeah.
So our first employer that we hired was this guy. His name was Danny, and that was Eddie's cousin. Mm-hmm. And he wanted to learn how to cut hair, so we let him, right? But he was funny though because he would like cut all week, right? So let's say we start at Friday, so he'd be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He's cutting, and then he has to pay his booth rent, right? So I'm like, yo, where's your money for the booth rent? Oh, I don't have it.
Oh, no.
I'm like, bro, what you mean? You've been cutting you've been cutting this week. He did a couple. He's like, no. So what he would do is he would like literally cut someone's hair, and then he would have that money, and then he would go next door to the next booth and either buy food or he would get a tattoo. You know what I'm saying?
What the heck?
And one day I got really mad, and I remember grabbing all his stuff, and I'm like, you gotta get out of here. And I like dumped it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was a mess, bro.
I don't think I met him.
That was our first barbershop experience. And from there, we expanded it to we got another booth. We got to the point, bro, that we got so big that we're like, yo, we literally gotta go get a commercial building now. So we partnered up with this other guy. It was 3 guys. 3 guys, we partnered up together. We went and we got Master Cuts on 4th and Union. Eddie sold me his half, and then I sold my stuff to this other barber named David Hernandez. He's a great barber. Sold it to him, and then he sold it to Romero. So, yeah, man. And now we're here. You know what I'm saying? I'm back here at the barbershop, and we're still cutting hair, man.
And we got Good News Barbershop.
Yeah, Good News. You see the back right there, Good News. We got Carlos back there. Carlos today he's been kind of off a little bit.
Carlos always looks fresh.
I want him to come over here and share a little bit, but I don't know if he'd be down. Look at him. He's not acting.
He's so clean. He's so suave, right?
He's acting different today, guys.
I was gonna tell you too, man. I remember the 4th and Union days, man. It was crazy because it was like, for people who don't know how it was, you literally lived upstairs.
Yeah.
And then the barbershop was down here, and then there was even a basement. So it was just like one big house, and I just remember there was so many people in and out of there, and I was 16 at the time. There were like kids in and out of there, and you were doing a lot of stuff for the youth, and
yeah.
It was a great experience, bro. It was good.
Yeah, so we got the house, right? It was me, my buddy Mario, Jamie, my buddy Eric Hilgers, and we had Too Short and Lucas in the basement.
Yeah.
Yo, that house was...
Dude, that place was jumping,
that was juking back in the day, you know? We were into the church stuff, you know what I'm saying? Which I'm glad we were, because if we were out here wilding out, I don't think it would have lasted, to be honest. But
I probably would have never even met you, to be honest.
No.
Well, no, actually, yeah, because I met you through my best friend Jeff, and at the time you had him living with you guys because he was like doing into rough stuff and out there not doing well. And I remember you guys taking him in and trying to have him a place to stay. So
yeah, Jeff. Hey, shout out to Jeff.
Shout out to Jeff, man.
One time, Jeff. Okay, I got a story about Jeff. Okay, so Jeff comes up to me, right, and he's in the street life, right, and he's like, "Yo, I want to change, man." I'm like, "Man, if you gotta change, you gotta give up something, you know, like." When I wanted to change, right, and I came up to God, I used to love tattoos, so my thing was like I wanted to get all tatted up, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, God, I'm not gonna get tattoos no more. I'm gonna give that away. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you gotta give something up too. You know? That's probably not theological correct. I was young, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, you got to give something to God. Jeff is like, all right. And then that night, he's like, I want to give something up. I'm like, all right. He's like, here. He gives me a pound of weed.
Oh, my.
A pound of weed,
I thought you were
bro.
going to say gun.
No. He gives me a pound of weed, and he gave me some... Yeah, I took a gun from Jeff a couple times.
Yeah.
He shot a freaking gun inside a car.
It's not.
Oh, okay,
it's
okay.
Like, hey, what? No, we don't know what he's talking about. It's a lie, guys.
Yeah, so I shouldn't have said that. Anyways, but what happened? So he gives me the... Can you cut that off or no?
Yeah, I can cut it off.
Okay. Yeah. He gives me a pound of weed, right? And he's like, here you go. And me, I'm like, man, this dude really he really wants to get his life straight with the Lord. And I go downstairs in the barbershop, and all the barbers are cutting, and I'm like, look. Everybody's like,
look at this pound of weed. And somebody's like, hey, let me get some of that.
I'm like, look, I'm going to show you guys something, man. And I'm like trying to be, I don't know what I was trying to do, but I'm like, I just want to tell you guys that we're not in it here for the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're here for change. So I'm like, I'm going to burn this weed right now. And I go outside the barbershop. And when you have weed that is compressed, you know what I'm saying? It's really hard to burn, right?
Oh, dude.
Because you got to break it. You got to break it apart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is like legitimate, like compress. So I'm outside and I'm trying to burn this weed, and there's smoke everywhere.
Oh, dude.
And all the barbers are outside looking at me. They're all
Nobody said nothing to you? Like, hey, I don't think that's going to work.
No. They were like, yo, give it to me. I'll buy it from you.
Dude.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, no. I was trying to teach a lesson, I guess, to everyone there. But we ended up getting high because I was trying.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you get high?
Because we're trying to burn it, but it's everywhere.
Oh, dude.
It's like in this little like alley thing that we're trying to do it, and the smoke is just blowing on my face, and I start laughing. I'm like, yo. And then I look behind me, and my guys were like, yo,
bro.
And then I like noticed, I was like, yo, I'm getting high right now, so I'm like, I gotta do something. So I literally grabbed it and I went to the bathroom, and I remember breaking it and then throwing it in the toilet and flushing it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that would have been my first thought. I don't know why you thought that.
Because I don't know. I didn't think things through.
You were trying to prove a point.
Yeah, I'm trying to prove.
I'm making change here. We're different.
Everybody's getting high. Oh man, that was good. But I appreciate Jeff. He's done a lot of growth, and then he ended up graduating from high school. Yeah. And he invited me to his graduation, and I went. I'm really proud of him. Right now, he's working. He's doing really good, and something that I if looking back, like all the people that I have invested in, whether it's you, Jeff, like everybody has. It's been good investment. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't regret anything. I love helping people out, and I love seeing the
The growth.
You know what I'm saying? So
somebody like, because I feel like, do you feel, because from what you know me since I was 16, do you feel like kind of like that's what your calling is to kind of help people or invest in people? Because I noticed that like you kind of always been like a big brother to a lot of people.
Yeah, man. I think that I just do that naturally. Like, I honestly, genuinely love to help people. You know what I'm saying? And I think that is part of my calling, to equip, to train people. And because I think people have invested in me so much, you know, that I know that the change that is done in my life, that I want to do the same thing for other people as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what's really important about that is surrounding yourself with like-minded people. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of the guys that motivates me a lot is Carlos back there. So this guy, like, he gets up early, he's grinding, he's working out, you know, and he pushes me to push myself, right? And then I want to push other people, you know, which if it's you or Jeff, I'm like, yo, you guys hit the gym, you guys did this, you know, this, like, so it's important that you know your surroundings, and then you benefit from your surroundings, but then you bring that into your own surroundings. You know what I'm saying?
To better help others.
Yeah.
Speaking about fitness, I was going to say that I noticed, obviously, you've been hitting the gym. How has fitness benefited your life? Have you seen difference, or how do you feel? How's your fitness journey going?
Yeah, so man, I was like 158. You know, I'm 174 right now. I want to get at like 200. That's my goal. Yeah. 200. I'm 6 foot, so I feel like 200 would be a solid, you know, weight. But yeah, I think what it's done to me, bro, is been helping me, like, mentally. You know what I'm saying? I think that whenever I'm stressed or whenever I'm going through a lot, like, I go to the gym and I just, like, I take a lot of my stress there, and I just feel good about myself. But the hard thing is, like, getting there. Like, you know, sometimes you're like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym. But once you go, you actually, which is weird because you actually get more energized and you feel better. You know what I'm saying?
10 times better.
Yeah.
I haven't been going to the gym, but partial of that is because of my work. So my work is very laborious, and I'm dude, I'm drenching sweat at the end of the day, super dirty. So I don't really have much energy to go to the gym. But I have noticed just from doing that I've been losing weight. But like what you said, mentally, bro, like, it does something to you.
Yeah.
Like, everybody goes through stress, you know what I mean? And I feel like it's the best way to kind of relieve it, you know, and make yourself feel better. But yeah, bro, that really, like, that's really helping me out. You know, something that I done is it's working out and just working on myself, having a plan. You know what I'm saying? That's what some that, like, has really helped me change my life, and being disciplined, bro. That's it. Yeah. I was gonna ask you too, what is your motivator to be so disciplined? Because I feel like even back then you've always kind of been a guy, even before, you kind of always been on tick or tack on what you need to get done. What is that motivation for you to, like, kind of, because that's something that I struggle with. I feel like I lack of discipline. Yeah. And as I grow older, I see that it's picking up, and I'm getting more. But I wanted to ask, what is it about you that kind of?
Yeah, that's a good question, actually. I think what it is like not wanting to go back to the struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that not only my struggle, but my parents' struggle. You know, we grew up. I was born in Mexico, grew up in Mexico. Like, bro, we didn't have anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember being at home, and, like, we didn't have, like, right here, like, hardwood floor or carpet. We had gravel. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have, like, electricity. We didn't have none of that. Like, you wanted to shower, there was this hose that we would connect to a wire, and we had, like, a plastic thing, and that was your shower. You know what I'm saying? Like, I come from that, you know what I'm saying? So, like, that's what motivated me. And then seeing my parents, you know, coming here and working so hard and risking everything, you know what I mean, to give us an opportunity. And when I was younger, I didn't really see it. So a lot of time I was just wasting my time doing things that I shouldn't been doing. And now that I'm older, I'm like, I don't have I don't want to waste a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very mindful of my time and growing myself, growing my business, growing my church, growing the people around me, like, you know, God, his mission, like all that.
Yeah. And I was going to say, like, you see I feel like I obviously you've helped me grow to where I'm at today with the podcast, and I see like you with your business, like compared to the one that you had, this one is a vibe, like, you know what I mean? You got solid guys here, and I feel like when you're disciplined and you're driven, like these fruits come up, you know what I mean? And I really see the prosper of that
not only that, bro,
from your work, from your hard work,
but you attract what you are, right?
Yeah.
So like if you're striving to be, you know, quality, you're gonna attract that. You know what I mean? People are gonna see that. They're gonna want to be around you. And like all of my guys here, bro, they're all like solid dudes. They have goals. You know, I know a lot of them are not gonna be like just cutting hair. Like we have some speakers here. We have some people that are gonna be doing some big things. You know what I mean? In their communities, and we just enjoy cutting hair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But these guys.
It's really good, man. It's really good from what I know when you used to have your old barbershop. Mm-hmm. I felt like this one is, honestly, it's how you exactly what you wanted it. And you know, in construction, man, how much has that helped you? Like, you need to, like, tell these young men that, you know what I mean? Because I struggle with that now. Like, I'm 24, bro, and I'm making a coop. Like, you know, I was telling you I'm making a chicken coop. And that's one thing I wish I would have done, is learn how to work with my hands as far as like woodwork and construction.
Yeah. It's helping me a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, you know, and that's how I actually got this barbershop. It was, you know, talking to my landlord and saying, hey, let's say how much for this office that is not remodeled. I'm like, I'll remodel it. So he'll give it to me for a specific price, and then I will remodel it and then invest in the remodeling. But then later on, we'll reap the benefits of that, you know?
Right.
So it's helping me a lot in my business because, you know, if you hire a contractor, the stuff that I done here, you would pay at least $20,000. You know what I'm saying? From where it was to where it's it now. You know what I mean?
So I don't know if you want to speak on it, but I'm curious, how much did you have when you first started this, and you got it to where it's at?
Yeah, no, I'll tell you. So low key, I only had $75 to my name.
Dang,
bro, I didn't even have a bank. I didn't even have a bank account. So this is what happened. I was in ministry school, right? I graduated. I came back over here, and I was thinking about working for Matia Valley High School, because I was working there prior when I was going to school. I had a little part-time there, but when President Trump came into office, he took away DACA. You know what DACA is?
Yeah.
So DACA, for you guys that don't know, is it's
a work visa, right?
It's a work visa, that Obama back in the day he passed, and it allows people that were brought here as children from another country to be able to work. Yeah. So I had that, and then when Trump came, he took that away, and it affected me because I couldn't go back to work. Yeah. So I'm fresh out of school. I'm in my mom's house. I'm 30 years old. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I have no money. All I had was a bike, and I had no work. So I was just like, yo, what am I going to do? So I went back to Mastercuts, and I asked Romero, one of the guys that owns the shop now, I'm like, yo, can I work here? Yeah. And he was like, yeah, bro. Like, he's super cool dude. Yeah,
I know. I remember him. He's cool.
And Romero's funny because Romero was working for me at one point.
Yeah.
But now at this point, you know, life is crazy, bro. That's why you gotta be, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be good with everybody.
Yeah, you gotta be good to everybody that you know. Yeah.
Because he came up to me. He was like, I was like, yo, can I get a job? He came up to me. He's like, yeah, bro. Like, of course. He hooked me up, bro. So I started working there, and I remember being at church. And I was frustrated. I'm sitting down. I'm like, man, I'm 30. I'm like, God, I went to ministry school. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to do what's right. And this is how you treat your servant. You know, like, why would you do this to me?
Why, God? Why?
Like, why? Why this suffering, right? And I'm like, all I have is $75. I'm like, whatever I have, I'm like, I'm going to give to you. right? I grabbed those $75, bro, and I put them in the offering bucket.
Wow.
That was 2.5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? To where I'm at now.
That's crazy.
And I mean, I had to like bust my ass too, right? But you know, it was all God, bro. He started giving me favor. Jamie called me. He's like, yo, there's an office upstairs, this building upstairs. I went, and my landlord was like, I have something even better for you. Wow. So I was able to remodel that. And then the guy that was renting there, he was like, yo, I'm gonna need your office. I'm like, well, if you want to buy me out, I'm like, you can buy me out, but I want this other office over here in the corner. This is where we're at.
Yeah.
I'm like, I
remember that too.
I'm like, yo, if you give me the money for this, and this, I'm like, I'll cut my lease short. He said, yeah. So he actually paid for a lot of.
You're negotiating, bro.
Yes, bro.
That's crazy.
No,
bro.
and then my landlord came, and then he saw, we put in some work here. Some other guys, helped me out here, and then I go up to my landlord. I'm like, man, he's seen the growth, and he sees that like even during the COVID and all that stuff, we were still paying rent. Yeah. Like there was not one month that I was like, we're not gonna pay rent. No, we were faithful, even though we were closed.
Yeah, I remember times you would talk.
I was doing construction for one of my buddy, during that, and I was still paying my rent.
I remember that. Yeah.
And I was still paying my rent. I was still being faithful with that, and my landlord, he just started. Low key, bro. I'm like. He's like almost like my pops, because I was like, yo, I need like a place, you know what I'm saying, to live, because my mom was moving, and I'm like, yo, you got an apartment for me here in downtown? And he's like, yeah, I got you, and he opened up a spot for me to live, bro. And
that's where we shot most of our episodes.
Yeah, but all that, it's because God, honestly, it's all God. Like he has shown me favor, and he has opened up doors. You know what I'm saying?
Just thinking about what like your story and everything, obviously I know, but just speaking on it, man, it's crazy to think about. Like you started with $70, God bless you, $75, and then you got a whole shop, and every time I come in here, bro, it looks clean, you know what I mean? It's a different vibe from most barbershops, and I admire you for that, bro. It's great, man, for real. But I was gonna ask you, man, like, what was that one thing that kind of pushed you through those times where you felt like you wanted to give up?
That pushed me, God, bro.
God.
Yeah. I always had this love for the Lord. You know what I mean? Even though I was a little kid, He's always been like times where I didn't know how I was gonna get out of it. You know what I'm saying? God always got me through it. Through prayer and seeking Him, and even like if you're watching this and you're going through a situation, or you're going through a struggle, or you're going through something, I think sometimes religion, we overcomplicate things. Like, yo, we gotta be perfect, or we gotta be like this, or we gotta have this, or we gotta have that, and that's not the case, man. Sometimes it's simplicity. I think that God is. He's a relational God. He's when the disciples in the Bible were asking Jesus, like, yo, teach us how to pray. He's like, when you pray, say Father. And I think that's important to think about that. Like, He's a father. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we overcomplicate things. Like if I have my kid, I can look if something's wrong with my kid just by staring at him. You know what I'm saying? So like, how much more would it be if my kid is like, I need this? You know what I'm saying? Like as a father, I'm like, yes, of course. And sometimes we don't understand that, like, God is a good father, and all the times that I have struggle, in my frustration, I'm like, man, I can't do it. I don't got a work permit. You know what I mean? I'm this, I'm that. I can't, like, I only have $75. Like, come on. This is like, but I go to God and I'm like, yo, I whatever I have, I give to you, because I know that you will multiply it, and he's not gonna, it's simple, it's simplicity, I think.
No, that's true. I think we do overcomplicate things, and we kind of I'm the type of person that gets too much I get in my head, bro. It's like one of those things that I been growing out of, as I get older and as I kind of lead into God and try to grow my relationship with him, and honestly, just like, it's crazy, bro, because it's like you said, like, we're imperfect, but for some reason he's still like, I got you, I got you, I got you, I got you. And I feel like I'm constantly getting blessed, and I'm like, I don't deserve any of this, like, I'm not, you know what I mean? But no, it's amazing. I heard a story too, Allison actually told me this. There was a guy that went to Panda Express, right? Or Panda or something, and a homeless man asked him for money. Yeah. And he was like, just stay right there, I'm gonna come around. And he went around to give him food. Yeah. And the guy wasn't there. And the guy was saying that we do that to God sometimes. Like we he's trying to help us and we don't want his help. Yeah. Like we're you know what I mean? Because the guy just wanted money. And he didn't want the food. But the guy went around and spent that money for him. And I feel like a lot of times we're kind of just pushing him away, like, and he's like, I'm trying to help you. I know what's good for you. Yeah. So
it's because we want things our way, you know, and God doesn't work like that. Yeah. You know, it's his way, and sometimes for that there needs to be obedience, you know. Yeah. And sometimes we're like, well, I want this and I want it now, and God is like, well, you need to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to repent from your sins. You can't, you know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes, a lot of times, we want God to move, but we don't want to change. You know what I'm saying? And what kind of relationship is that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's not, you know, he's not, if you're not obedient to him, and how is he going to respond to you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If that makes sense. But man, you know what? I hate to cut it short. I got a haircut appointment.
Okay. One last before we cut it short, I always ask the guests towards the end of the episode, what is something that you would tell your younger self if you could?
What would I tell my younger self?
Be like, turn off, YOLO.
What would I tell my younger self? I would tell myself, man, that's a good question.
I know. Every single time I ask people but I think it's good to know, because a lot of people, you know, what wisdom is knowledge, and the more you know. Yeah.
I would probably tell my younger self, like, oh man, I know. That's a good one.
We could save it for next time. It's up to you.
No, let me think. There's a couple of things, but I think one of the things is about being aware of time. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think that when I was younger, I wasted a lot of time, and I think that I would just be mindful in how to use your time, you know, because I kind of wish I would have had the work ethic and the discipline that I had now in my 20s. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have been in a way different place. And I wasted a lot of time doing things that hurt me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think it was just not knowing how to use my time and how to be disciplined and how to be, you know, have a plan. So yeah, creating good habits. Yeah, that's a good question, bro.
Got you, man. Yeah, I thank you, you know, for coming on. I appreciate it, man, and it means a lot to me. Definitely gonna have you on again. Yeah. And like I said, bro, last Sunday wouldn't be what it is without you. So I appreciate you. Hats off to you, bro, and definitely gonna have you on again. Episode 26, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for showing love. Yes. And we appreciate it, and keep rocking.
Yes. Bye. Peace.